Hi guys, it's a brief one. I'll try and keep it brief anyways. This is my accountability session when I jump on right after I've spoken with my speakers on the Leap and Shine conference. Today is day 5. It's a 7-day free conference, as you know, and today is day 5 of the Leap and Shine teleconference, which is a free 7-day event. Now, we have just been chatting for the past hour to Coach Kemi. Coach Kemi is from the United Kingdom. As you know, the conference brings together a host of international experts, international speakers, all of them experts in their field, to come and share what they know, to give you value, to give you tips, to give you tools, to give you strategies, a blueprint, a roadmap, everything basically you need to help you to go into 2017 strong, or as I like to say, to finish 2016, because there's still time to finish 2016 strong and to go into 2017 to make it a better year. So that's what this whole conference is about. I've just been speaking with Coach Kemi earlier on, and you will see the summary video on the page. Earlier on, I was speaking with a lady called Roseanne Reed. She joined me from Jamaica. And then now we have Coach Kemi. We've just finished talking with Coach Kemi from the UK. Now quickly, Coach Kemi is known as the Blast Fear Away Coach. Blast Fear Away Coach. She's the CEO and founder of How to Think Consulting Group. She's a personal development business. That's a personal development business that focuses on thinking, not mindset. And she's very particular, about making that distinction that she does thinking, not mindset. So I'm going to just give you a quick brief summary of what she shared with us. She gave a lot of content. She did give a lot of content, but I'm going to try and summarize it as briefly as I can. She started by saying that she is not a give-upper. She doesn't give up. And she has high standards for herself as well as for others. And that she believes in optimal living. And she says that as she coaches and teaches various individuals, men, women, she also learns, she also teaches herself in the process. So it's something that it's something that she also benefits from, because she learns as she teaches. She says her own transformation came out of her separation, and she wanted to stop fighting. She wanted to stop a situation where she was living her life fighting to keep her marriage instead of fighting to fulfill her purpose. And then her business idea was born out of Proverbs 23:7, I think she said. But I'll double check it. As a man thinks in his heart, so as you think, so you are. And she makes a point to emphasize that it is not so you will become, but so you are. Immediately you have a thought, whether that thought is a limiting thought or an enabling thought. Once you have that thought, you become the thought, so to speak. So this is some of what she shared with us. And she said that she had murderous thoughts. She went as far as wanting to commit suicide, wanting to get out of her traumatic marital situations. She shares all of that. You listen to it in the conference video. Now, she described her shift moment as that moment when, in 2008, when she was invited to come along for a coaching training. And when she got there, and she said, no, but this isn't what I want. I don't want a coaching training. I just want to be coached. I don't want to train to be a coach. I want to be coached. And then they said to her, no, this is exactly what you need, because by learning to become a coach, in that process, you also will receive coaching. And so she signed up for it. And today she is a qualified NLP practitioner. So that's her shift moment. And she says every year since that 2008, and every day that she lives and wakes up since that 2008, she believes one thing. She believes that she is great. She's been making shifts on a daily basis. That's what she says. And she has this undying belief that she is born great and that she is called for greatness, and there are people waiting on her to serve them. So there is this sense of urgency about her, about everything she does, and passion, a lot of passion. That's the one thing you notice about Coach Kemi. She's very passionate. So she says if she could, in what way is she adding value? She says she tells the truth. She doesn't believe in mollycoddling, and she believes that she needs to tell the truth about any given situation at any time. And she says that, you know, any choice you make is a thought. Every thought you have in your mind is a choice, and every choice you make is also the result of a thought that you have. A decision to do something or to refrain from doing something is a thought, and a thought, the word thought, is also a synonym for the word consider. So in your mind, when you're considering whether to do something or not to do that thing, then you need to remember that the word thought is a synonym for the word consider. So this is part of what she shared, and she talked about, you know, she told us a lot about, you know, what turning points have become learning points for her. And she says, what does it mean? I asked her, what does it mean? I'm doing this fun exercise with all my speakers where I ask them to define the word shine leap, or to tell us in their own words what it means to take a shine leap. And Coach Kemi says what it means to shine leap is to accept that you are shining already, or to accept that you have the ability or the gene inside of you already resident to shine. And she says that someone who is shining, if you are already shining, if you start by accepting that you are made to shine and you are already shining, then you cannot but take a leap, because you want to leap out into the world to touch others and to spread your shine with the world. She says you cannot shine without taking a leap. First, leap as a consequence of shining, then it means that you are a candidate of what she calls thinking. And she absolutely advocates you from stinking thinking to epic living. Now, what are some of the key steps that she has had to take? Sorry guys, and thank you for patiently waiting. Hi Injida, are you still there? Thanks for dropping by, and thanks for waiting. My network was patchy, so, and I didn't want to end the video. I wanted to be able to continue. So yes, she was saying if you're shining and yet not taking a leap, then you are suffering from stinking thinking, and she advocates moving from stinking thinking to what she calls epic living. What are some of the key steps that she herself has had to take in order to make a shift in her life? She says that is simply taking responsibility. She calls it TR. The TR test to her is just taking responsibility. She doesn't do SMART goals, she says, because SMART goals put you into a box. They compartmentalize you and they tell you you've got to do it like this, you've got to do it like that. And she wants to supersize, break barriers, break all limitations, break out of containment. She believes in supersizing and turbocharging. So because of that, Coach Kemi says she doesn't do all the, you know, small thinking, SMART goals. That's what she calls it. But she believes in, you know, epic living, moving yourself from stinking thinking to epic living. And I asked her, how can we teach ourselves to be more intentional? Because I've found myself, I've caught myself thinking self-limiting thoughts. Not because I sat down and thought, oh, I'll think this thought, but it just happens. It just comes upon you and you realize that the thought is self-limiting. And how do you teach yourself? And I know that habits have been formed over the years. We are used to thinking in a certain way, and that's what we carry on through all of our lives. But how do you then undo that, and how do you arrest that situation, and how do you begin to transform? She says she does not believe in changing your thinking, because changing it would be like exchanging a long yellow pencil for a short red pencil. But your thoughts are going to keep happening, and you have 80,000 thoughts every day. And it's not about changing your thoughts or stopping your thinking. You can't truncate it, you can't stop it. Rather, what you can do is to transform, just as the butterfly, you know, the transformation process that it goes through is to transform. How can you be more intentional with your thinking? She says you can decide what you want to think and what you don't want to think, because you are a human being and you have the ability to make decisions. And she says that the result of our bad thinking is just years and years of, you know, wrong thinking, basically, that has created the wrong neurons, because, you know, the brain is neuroplastic, which means it adapts to whatever you give it. But over the years of our lives, some of us are in we're no spring chicken, and all our lives we've been thinking a certain way. So that becomes your new truth, your new reality, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because you believe that this is how things must be. You do not even permit yourself to think differently. So that's that. And then she says, I said to her, Coach Kemi, if there was one powerful, crucial, important thing that you would advise our listeners to do to do in order to position themselves for the shine leap, for their own shine leap in 2016/2017, what would it be? And she said, ask yourself this question: am I interested or am I committed in taking a shine leap? It's one of two things. You can be interested in taking a shine leap. I like this concept. What does it even mean? And you give it a cursory glance, or you can be committed to finding out more, and then to actually deciding that you are going to commit to taking a shine leap. She makes that distinction very clear, because she says you need to ask yourself, are you interested or are you committed? Because if you're interested, when the naysayers come and when the difficulties come and when the challenges come, you're going to just leave it because it's just an interest. If it's raining, for instance, and you need to get to the other part of town, you're going to use that as an excuse to say it's raining, I can't do it. But if you are committed, even if it rains, you will say, I will swim through flood waters, and you will go and do it because you are prepared to wade through the flood waters in order to get to your destination. You're not giving yourself a way out. You're not giving yourself an excuse or an easy way out of what you have promised yourself that you will do. And that's another thing that you've often heard me say, that some of us are so concerned. I'm so sorry. I'm tired, guys. I apologize. So if, for instance, I fix an appointment with my friend Injide and I don't want to disappoint her, I do everything to make sure that I don't disappoint her, that I show up. But we don't do the same for ourselves. We don't do the same when we promise ourselves, when we make promises that we're going to do this or do that. We find it very easy to let ourselves down. That's part of what Coach Kemi talked about. She said, ask yourself, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue, and dominate. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue, and dominate. Obviously, because this is a summary, I can't go into everything, but these are the 5 steps that she gave us to domination. She now also gave us 3 steps how to transform your thinking. Because I was very resolute that some of us think these limiting thoughts or whatever it is, our thinking is wrong. We sometimes don't feel like there's anything we can do to change it, or we can do anything to change that. So what can somebody do without going out to say, oh, I'm hiring a coach or whatever? What is it that I can begin to do or practice in my private closet, in the comfort of my home, that will help me to arrest wrong thinking? And she said, 1, do the mirror exercise. Her mirror exercise is take 2 minutes in front of the mirror, look at yourself square in the eyes, and tell yourself, I made this person. So whether you like what you see or you do not like what you see in the mirror, be honest with yourself and tell yourself boldly and confidently, I made this person. This person I see in front of me in the mirror is here, or is the way they are, because I made them so. So talking about being honest with yourself. And then secondly, she says, go get help. Physical and divine. As a believer, she believes that ultimately the God factor is required. And she says, go get help. Whether it's help from God or help from a coach, an individual, or a mentor, you need to get help. And number 3, she says, always think the best for yourself. You are no different from those who are living their dream lives. So you need to think the best for yourself. You need to think not only that the best is possible, but that you deserve the best, and that the best can happen to you, and that the best should happen to you. So she says, think the best for yourself. And I always say it in my own way. I said, esteem yourself highly. Esteem yourself highly. Take yourself seriously enough to go for the things that you say you want. Change the way you do things. Because someone said, some clever person, I don't know who, said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting change. That change will not happen unless up here is sound. The battles of the mind, as I always like to say, are won in the mind. So this is what Coach Kemi discussed with us today. She said, believe that the best will happen for you and to you, and that you deserve it. And if you start to think that way, and if you put into practice these 5 steps that she gave, 5 steps to domination and how to transform your thinking, then that should put you in the right frame of mind, at least to set good goals, sensible goals that you know that as 2017 is knocking on the door to be let in, goals that you know that you intend to achieve, that you intend to work towards, not just making goals that are not worth more than the paper they are written on, but goals that you absolutely know you are going to not only chase after them, but you are going to grab a hold of them, and you're going to start living your best life. And that's what this conference is about. It's to recalibrate your mind, it's to prepare your mind, to give you information, tips, tools, strategies, roadmap, blueprint that will get you thinking about the potentials for your life. These are paradigm shifting conversations we're having, paradigm shifting, life defining conversations about the potentials for your life, about the potentials for my life. And may 2017 be the kind of year that we intentionally hope. I don't even know what to say, because it's more than hope, right? It's more than just a hope, it's more than just a prayer. Those are necessary, but over and above that, you've got to be intentional and you've got to be resilient. And that resilience and that tenacity and that intentionality is what gets you from where you are to where you need to be, to where you have to be. So guys, tomorrow, I just need to quickly remind you that we will be speaking with 2 sessions again tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. We will be speaking with DJ Subanjo. He's very well known in social media circles. Some of you may know him. Some of you may be a part of his group on Facebook. He gives away crazy, insane value every single day. He's a brilliant individual. So you want to make sure that you don't miss that session. Guys, trust me, every single speaker that's come on so far, I've asked them to bring a special gift for my listeners, and we are going to be sending that all the gifts out. Some are promising free coaching sessions. It's crazy the kind of gifts they are giving. Some are giving away free ebooks. So many things that they're giving. So we're going to be, for everyone who's registered and is on our database, we're going to be sending out the message regarding all of these gifts and sending the links so that people can take advantage of them. Now at 8 o'clock, before DJ Subanjo joins us at 9:30, at 8 o'clock we're first going to play host to a lady called Diana May Fernandez. She is a lifestyle coach, lifestyle entrepreneur. She's a very interesting lady, originally from the US, and she now lives in the UK, and she has quite an interesting and a large followership on social media, so you do not want to miss. She will talk to us about business strategies for startups, and DJ Subanjo will talk to us about planning your exit and knowing the right time to jump. Very, very, very useful, probably for those who are perhaps in a 9-to-5 and have entrepreneurial desires and are thinking, how do I properly position myself? How do I know when the best time, the right time is to jump, and all of that? So it'll be interesting to hear what he has to give us. And then of course on day 7, the final day, I will be playing host to Dr. Ava Eagle Brown as she shares with us how your story can help you escape the prison. And then of course I will round up, the conveners roundup will be on Saturday as well. Can you believe that? It was just like the other day when I sat down and said I was going to put on this conference, and it has happened. 14 speakers from around the world, from different parts of the world. It's like someone referred to it as an international gathering of speakers. And the Americans are amazing. They are always game, always eager to pour out, always eager to give value. And there isn't a single person that I reached out to that said no. They all said yes to the LSC. And because of that, the Leap and Shine conference in its first year of being a virtual conference has been so successful. The turnout has been amazing. The number of subscriptions, people who registered, is way more than we anticipated, and it can only get better from here. And I just want to quickly encourage someone. You have a thought, you have a dream, you need to sit on it and incubate it and start working it. Amazing things are coming out of this conference. I will probably do another Facebook Live on that separately, but the people that I have met on this conference, the speakers that I have been privileged to work with on this conference, amazing opportunities. I have been offered an opportunity to write for an international magazine, the Ready magazine, that's published by a lady, co-published by a lady called Gail Dudley and her daughter. And her daughter published it, and it's in 50 states of the United States. That's everywhere. Literally, there's readership. It has a presence in the 50 states in the United States, and it's also in 17 countries of the world. So the readership is crazy. And this lady has offered me an opportunity to write for her because she's read my book and she says, "You're doing amazing things. You must write for us." And that only came because I decided to step out and do what I wanted to do, what I said I was going to do. I made myself that promise, and I took myself seriously enough, and I paid the price, and I worked it, and it's never ever going to be easy. It's never going to be it's never going to be easy when you set out to do something, especially when you're a mom, you're a wife, you have a family, you have a day job, and you're building a dream job on the side. No one promised easy. No one has ever said it's going to be easy. On top of that, as a result of running this conference, and on top as a result of the exposure and the visibility that it's given me, on Saturday I've just been sent the notification and I haven't quite digested it yet. On Saturday, I will be speaking at a conference that's organized by a lady called Lara Famosa. So that is another opportunity that has come as a result of me stepping out and doing what I know that I am called to do in this season of my life, what's giving me fulfillment and a sense of purpose, a sense that I am adding value to somebody somewhere. And it's not about having a huge followership, but it's about touching somebody's life, even if it's just that one person. So I would encourage you have a thought, you have a dream. 2016 is, rolling to an end. 2017 is knocking on the door, begging to be let in. I implore you to not let it be business as usual. I implore you to do things differently, to consider what the potentials are, as the tagline for Leap and Shine Conference says. Consider what the potentials are. Consider what the possibilities are. And as you know what I'm going to say, right? The possibilities are limitless for me and for you who are made in the likeness of God. The possibilities are limitless. Our minds, our thoughts are the only things that limit us. So we are the ones who need to get out of our own way. We are the ones who need to stop giving ourselves the easy way out. We are the ones who need to challenge ourselves more, push ourselves more, knowing that it's not even for you. No, seriously, because your life, when you're living intentionally, your life is actually a lesson to other people. So it's not about you. If it's about you, that's when you can easily give yourself the way out and say, you know what, I don't feel like doing it. I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. And, just give yourself any reason at all to not do what you want to do. But when you remember that this could help someone somewhere, when you remember it's not about you, it's about somebody else. Your story is not for you. Your experiences are not for you. Whether you've been through a divorce, you've been through abuse, you've been through, domestic abuse, whatever your situation is, that experience is not for you. I absolutely believe that experience is to touch somebody else's life. That experience, just as you go through 4 years of university and you go and learn a course and you achieve and you get a degree and you use it to benefit, you go into maybe a 9-to-5 space and you use your skills and the things that you have learned and who you have become as a graduate, you use that to serve your employer. in exchange for a paycheck. It's also in that sense. Your experiences and the things you go through are not for you. They are to touch somebody else's life. That's what I believe. That's what I'm moving forward with, and it has been amazing. The contacts, the connections have been amazing. It's not stopping. Someone is sending me a message just now. They're just so grateful for the opportunity. Even the speakers, even though they were not paid to do this, they are giving their time, but they're grateful for the opportunity. That's just favor. That's all I can say. That's just favor. And I, this woman here, I'm going to keep pushing on. And I'm going to make 2017 the year when I break out of containment, when I break all barriers, break down every limitation and every hindrance, God helping me, and I come face to face with not just my destiny, but my purpose. And I know it's ongoing. It's not something you encounter. It's not a destination. It's a journey. But I have started the journey, and where I was yesterday is not where I am today. And I am eternally grateful, to God who started me on that journey, because no one would believe that I started this purposeful, this deliberate journey only less than 6 months ago, in May to be precise. And how I was able to, in spite of the pressure in my life, I was able to write a book in 64 days flat. I don't know. I can only say it's the grace of God, and I can only say that perhaps this is like a kairos moment in my life when it is time enabling spirit to do what He wants to do. I thank every one of you who has supported me in with your prayers. It was scary. I know people supporting me and people are wishing me well, and I'm here if you want to reach out. As I say, ghost writing is one of my shine factor. You are my shine factor and my shine zone. And that's also those are concepts I discuss in the book Reason Break. Now, writing something that comes effortlessly to me, I enjoy it. So I say, if you have a story you're wanting to write, whether it's your life story or any other type of book project that you are wanting to write, whether it's a how-to so and so book that then helps to give your business or your product visibility, or the service you're offering visibility, how to do this, how to do that, the 5 steps, whatever it is, you probably feel you need to get this book out, but you don't know how to go about it, you don't know how to self-publish. That's going to go off in a minute. So I'm going to round up. You don't know how to self-publish, and writing is just not your thing, or you just don't have the time. You would rather not do the writing yourself. Well, that's why you need a ghostwriter. The ghostwriter will do all the work for you, and you have your name on the book. It's your book, basically. There'll be that collaboration. And once they get your voice right, and that's important. People just go and choose ghostwriters without doing their research. And you find out that what they produce for you is not your voice. So if I'm writing a book for you, it's got to sound like you would sound. And there are several steps, that lead to that blissful place where the book comes out and the owner of the book is happy. And the ghostwriter obviously is in the background and drops away, and you take the benefits. So if that is you, you can get in touch with me and let's have that conversation. And also you're needing guidance on how to you're able to do the writing yourself, but you just need guidance, you need accountability, you need someone to work with you to make sure that you stay accountable, you are keeping to your deadlines, and you need someone to give it a 4-eye check, look over what you've read, the editing, cross the I's, dot the T's, and talk to you or teach you, coach you through publishing the book. Self-publishing is not a walk in the park, trust me. In the process of self-publishing my book, I've realized that, because you are everything, you do everything that normally your editor would do for you, you do everything. The book starts and stops with you. It's a huge responsibility, and not everyone can weather the storm without help. So if you need that help, inbox me and let's have a conversation. If you know somebody who needs that help, tell them to inbox me, let's have a conversation. So guys, I'm out of here. I've got to go to bed now. I have work in the morning. A woman's work is never done. Busy. But I am grateful. I am fired up, and I am working. I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing in this phase of my life. Hence, I have that extra, if you like, adrenaline to keep going, even when it's obvious that I'm tired. All right, guys. So thank you for dropping by. Thank you, Njide. It's good to see you. And I'll see you again soon. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, 8 p.m. UK, and also at 9:30 p.m. UK. If you're not yet registered, register on leapandshineconference.com. That way you get all our free gifts that we're sharing out from all the speakers. So that's all I have to say for now, and I hope I've been able to encourage you and also to share a worthy summary of what Coach Kemi discussed with us today. That's me over and out. Have a good night and a great 2017 ahead to you.